I'm going to tell you the story of being 14 and pregnant and then placing my son for adoption when he was 9 months old. So the beginning started in April of 2016. I was having really bad symptoms. I was getting really sick, and by I believe April, Mayish, I ended up taking a pregnancy test. My mother did buy it, and it was positive, and from there we had a lot of difficulties with my family for a little bit. A lot of people didn't really want me having the baby. They're like, abortion, 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 and that was not an option for me. And from then I had to separate myself from it. I went through a very big depression, and honestly, my biggest support system was my mother and my oldest brother. They really helped me get through it. But from then on, my son's dad didn't tell his mother until I was 20 weeks pregnant. And afterwards, me and Josh, we started fighting a lot, and things just wasn't great anymore. He would mentally abuse me. He would tell me if I didn't do something that he was going to take our kid, and from then on, he said I was cheating on him, which I never did, but okay. And then from then on, I had to deal with him saying this and that, and then afterwards I just kept my mouth shut for like 3 months about how I felt or what I was going through with him. And then after my son was born December 31st, 2016, and then from there we had a lot of issues with our relationship. He was living with me, kinda, and he would always fight with me. Honestly, he always wanted to have intercourse, and I wasn't a big thing with that. And then afterwards, it just felt like I was getting more and more depressed, and I was trying to take care of our kid. And then we ended up getting kicked out of our place, my family and I went to go live with him and his dad. And then from there, our relationship became into mental and physical abuse. He put his hands on me one time, and I feel like one time was enough. From then on, I lived with him for another maybe 2 months, and then I just left and moved into a thing in St. Augustine. And from then, things were good. I was going to school. My son had daycare, and then he ended up getting me kicked out of the school because his life wasn't like he wanted the control. From then on, I moved with my father, and he got me kicked out of there too. I mean, I know my actions were not the best, but he had me like calling my dad every day if I didn't do something that he said or I didn't listen to him. He would threaten to withhold my child, and from then on, I didn't know what to do because of the fact that I was trying to raise my kid and deal with him. And I can honestly say it was a very tough time of my life. I went through a big depression, but my son is what kept me going. And from then on, after I got kicked out of my dad's house, I moved in with my grandma, which she just passed away. But when living with my grandma for about 2 or 3 months, and then I didn't have the money to financially support my child or give him the life that he deserved. So I looked into adoption, and I found a family that lost their kids, and they are really great to him. And from then on, I called them, was like, hey, I'm looking for adoption, and that week they came and picked my son up. From then on, it was like a big separation anxiety with it, but they kept me calm, and they kept it to where I wouldn't freak out, and they also dealt with my son's dad. I'm really grateful for that because I didn't really tell him that I was going to place him for adoption. In a way, I did, but he was like, no, you're not going to do that, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, you're not even helping me. Our son needs a life. And from there on, I ended up finalizing the adoption papers. It was probably one of the hardest things for me, and I'm really grateful my grandma was there through that difficult time because I felt really numb inside. I felt alone, and I didn't realize how hard adoption would be till now. Even now, I cry myself to sleep because I miss my kid. I want to be able to take care of him. I want to be his mother. And then, fast forward, I went back to public school. I am graduating next year. I'm actually graduating a year early. So, and my son now, he is well taken care of. He is 2 years old, and he is amazing. I do get pictures of him. I don't get to see him often. Last time I seen him was at my grandma's funeral, and that's it. So I hope you guys liked my story, and yeah, bye.